Right, so here we go. It's time to see if we can make it through to the next round of the Cup. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's me, GWFM, and you're watching the Scandinavian Getaway. We're on episode 5 of Club 2, who is, of course, Husqvarna FF. And if you joined us last time, we played a cup game against a team 2 divisions above us, and we beat them 3-0, and it saw us in second place in the cup. However, as you can see, Ostersunds beat the team we were playing today, the unpronounceable name, of course, beat them, and it's going to take a bit of a small miracle to finish top of the group, which means that we could not get through, probably. If, for whatever reason, we do make it through and we've got the next round of the Cup, and it's not long from here, from like in terms of date, we'll do that game as well. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do the one live com against this team that's bottom of the table. They did actually come down from the top division into the second tier. So they're actually better than what they would suggest. I've looked at their key player, and he's just a beast in the middle of the pack. So I'm looking forward to playing against him. But we've got the team already selected. One bit of news just before we get to the game is we made a couple of we've got a couple of signings potentially coming in, but we've made one more signing. It's Noel Holm. It's a youngster. It's a right winger. I'm going to look to try and get his determination up and then try and get him some game time maybe, because he's got a little bit of potential, not too much, but he's got a decent amount of potential. Eventually could take over from Sandberg and Aspgren. Still really hard to say that. Have to wait and see. But otherwise, the two other guys here, I'll just quickly show you them. Robin Osterlind, he's the left midfielder who was deemed better than Ryan Binns, and you can kind of see why. And he would be the best winger at the club, and he's left footed as well. So I'd be very happy to have him take over from Ryan Binns as a starter. And then after that, saying that, then we're not going to have Bethio songs anymore, but we'll have to wait and see. Other than that, we've got Claes Nyman. I like the look of him because he's got pace to burn. And he's got finishing 15 as well. Composure's a bit shit, but that's something I'm sure we could work on. So I'm very excited if he comes in, that we can get him to do a job basically for us. So the teams are as follows. It's pretty much the same team as last time. The only change, I think if I remember rightly, is I changed one of the centre midfielders for Sandberg to go onto the bench. So pretty much Nordin in goal, Strandler at right back, Ep5 at left back with Anderson alongside Djurpabo. I still have recorded this ahead of the fact of if anyone's actually tried to rename him. We've got Magnusson alongside Wheeled again, or the Wheel. I might just rename him anyway. Top Bins on the left, Aspgren on the right, with Alas and Dimitrijevic up top. They've got less players with real faces, and they're playing a very defensive sort of setup here. This guy is a guy I was on about who is an absolute beast. Check out those mentals. So I've just said we're huge underdogs because, like I said, they got relegated and they're deemed as such that they're still miles better than us, even though we just beat a team that beat them. So we'll have to wait and see. They're ready to walk through walls. That's what I like to see. Is it coming forward? Is it a good ball? It is. Let's try that one. We went wide. Hammered it, you could say. Bins. Plays it forward for Alice. Alice now. He's got an option. If he can find him, he tries to find Dimitrijevic. Oh, smashed it against the bar. Unlucky. Right corner. Askren floats it in. Cleared away. Alice. What can he do? Plays it in. It's deflected everywhere. Oh, Magnusson. It's straight at Olsen. Unlucky son. Demanded a bit more, and the Wheel's going to float it in. I'm going to hit the bar again, and it's cleared away. What I gotta do to score a goal? Bing, bing. Aspgren with a free kick, crosses it in, it's cleared away. Is this going to be the sucker punch? I can feel it, I can smell it. Bullshit incoming. Is it wide to Altmark? He's going to cross in and they're going to score. You watch. There you go. Called it. What a crock of shit. So I think obviously I've got to say unlucky boys, because we are, and that's a great response. They're ready to walk through walls. Let's see if they're going to do that, because that is, it's just painful. You know, when stuff like that happens, it's painful. You know, you dominate a side in terms of the chances, the quality chances. They only had one chance before that, which is on camera. We hit the post and bar twice, or whatever, or it might be the bar twice. Can't get any closer than that, really. Right, here we go. First chance. I've made 2 changes so far. It's the same 2 as last time. With Magnusson going off and Binns going up. But Svensson's clean through. 1-on-1 with the keeper. He's been forced wide, to be fair, and he's missed it because he's a legend. Right, here we go. I've just brought... Well, I'm going to be bringing on Sandberg. Oh, the wheel. Nearly smashes it into the back of the net. They've got a throw. Can we win it back? We can. Luciano Bethio wins it nearly. But it doesn't quite, to be fair. Svensson, though. Plays it back to Reutersvoort. Reutersvoort crosses in. That's another goal. 2-0. It's undeserved, to be fair, in my opinion. I mean, the stats say otherwise, but how many chances have they had that have actually been shown? They've had 3 shots and scored 2. We've had several and not. So never mind. That's a terrible ball by Lone. But yeah, hammers it wide to Ortmark. Whips it in steep, and it's a penalty for nothing. Come on, Nordin. This is an undeserved scoreline. Oh, go on, Nordin. Like, look, wait, that's twice you've done it now in 2 videos. You've saved it and then done some funky dive where you've just like, you know, you're in a straitjacket or something. Zeldin. Oh, no. Oh, well done, Nordin. He parried it to the ground. I thought it was going to be a cock-up, but it wasn't to be. So that's going to be... The result was never, you know, really in doubt, really. Like I said, we're never going to get through. But, you know, I'm just hoping it's not going to go against me in terms of my managerial career here. Because, you know, it's a very hard task when you're the bottom-ranked team out of the 4 to be expected to get through the group. I think that's very, very harsh. So I hope it's not going to go against me. And by the way, this guy's called Love. So that's the worst team talk of all time. I said, oh, nobody, you can't fault you for effort. Nobody expected us to win. But you gave it everything, and nobody liked it. Keeper did well, though. 7.1, despite conceding 2 goals. So before I show you what we're going to be doing next time, I'm going to show you a few other things that I probably wouldn't normally show you, because it's going to be quite a short video. I'm not going to bother showing you friendly. There's no point whatsoever. But basically, this is the managerial support and everything. You can see that was rock bottom when I first got relegated in the beginning of the winter, like basically our equivalent of the summer. It was ridiculously bad. Now we're on the verge of getting into green. So I'm quite pleased how that's worked. We've brought in quite a lot of players, and dressing room is quite good. The match cohesion's it's average, it's decent. Hierarchy, however, though, if I look at this, there's still 3 players. These 3 players, one of them who have kept on and has agreed to stay on. The team leaders, and Anderson is... I wanted to keep Anderson because he's only played for us. That's the only reason. It's a little bit of sentimentality there. But Bernhold and Snarberg, they can just piss off. I'm trying to sell them. No one wants them. Snarberg is apparently the captain. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one, whether I keep that the same way. I'm going to try and get another coach because I'm always trying to do this. It's hopefully we can get this in. We agree, fantastic, legend, because our staff is actually shit in terms of the amount of staff we can have in terms of coaching staff. Because I'll quickly show you the training setup. For the first team, this is Dyer. Kieran Dyer, Bruce Dyer, Nathan Dyer, all the Dyers, Danny Dyer. Yeah, that's all I can think of off the top of my head. But as you can see, it's 2-star apart from fitness across the board. And that's because I tried to have 1 on each fitness. And then I like to have like, I tried to get more than 1 in goalkeeping, but I think I'm going to have to prioritise something to do with defending or tactics, because, and probably more likely going to be defending, because that's 1 star, and that's because of me. Whereas I've got Max Askbrand, who I got in actually, because the other guy, he left, and I wanted to get that Kjarfard or whatever, that old lad who played at middle part for us last season. I wanted him to be our assistant manager, and he felt he was one of the players that wasn't happy when we got relegated, so he didn't want to sign on, which is a pain in the dick. But this guy, look at him! Look at that! What a hero! Don't happen with my voice now. Like something happened in my throat. But anyway, yeah. So all this, like, yeah, I mean, I'm doing that to try and train up my attributes, by the way, in terms of goalkeeping, because why the hell not? But yeah, he's very good. I mean, I'll show you all the staff while I'm here. Noran is a fitness coach. I got in. He's got 14. I didn't think that was bad. The DDM isn't great. Discipline's all right at 9, but 5 and 3 for the others is a bit shit. Ellen Hegerstand, she was already here. She was on 10, and I was contemplating getting rid of her for someone better, but there was no one actually any better. So yeah, therefore she stays. With DDM isn't overly bad at 8, 11, and 7. Then you've got the goalkeeper coach who's got 12s across the board. I didn't think that was bad. No one was better at the time, so I got him in. And working with youngsters isn't bad as well. I think he helps out with the youngsters as well. And then obviously there's myself, where you don't actually see all the attributes here when you highlight me. If you look over here, I'm mental. I've got 10 for mental, which I didn't think was bad, because that goes in hand with technical for ball control. which ideally I wanted to be doing ball control, because if I knock this off, it's 1.5 star. It should be more than that. If I knock these off, still 1.5 star. That's why I'm keeping the goalkeeper ones on, because it's not affecting this. But yeah, it's just I'm going to knock it off so I'll get like these covered. But I definitely need something to happen here and here. It is a bit of a pain. In terms of the under 21s and the under 19s, look at this setup. That's actually pretty good. 2.5 star minimum, apart from the goalkeepers, of course. But yeah, I'm very pleased with that, to be honest with you. I tried to have 2 coaches on each covering each thing if I can. Hence why I'm doing this with the goalkeepers again, just to make it easy, make it a little bit light. If this is light, the easier it should be theoretically, and obviously the coach is going to be decent. Other than that, the under 19s, similar sort of story. So you get the under 21s helping out with the managers and assistant managers and whatever. So plenty of scope. It's pretty much exactly the same. In fact, it might actually be exactly the same. So I apologise if that is indeed the case. I'm just looking at the actual everything on here, basically. Everything way at the highest. Can't stress enough how important this is if you want to try and develop your players. Obviously, we are part-time. It's not going to be full development, unfortunately, until we reach the professional stage. Here, obviously, we might not be here for that long, but you never know. Right? But the sports science, we haven't got a sports science thing, hence why it's like shifting at the bottom. But everything else, I'm really pleased with that. So before we end the video, I'm just going to show you when we're going to be coming back. It's going to be the first 2 games of the season, I think, against Karlstad, FBK Karlstad, and Vagada IK. I think those 2 games are quite in close proximity of each other. Well, not proximity, in terms of the time allocation. They're not that far off. So I think we're going to come back for those 2 games. It'll be hopefully a good indicator of where we're at. If I have a quick look at Karlstad and look at their best player, that's the calibre of player we're going to be playing against. He's the best player. I'm extremely hopeful that I'm going to piss this league. Might come back to haunt me saying that, but when you're going up against players like this, and one of our weakest players is probably better than that, then you've got no reason to be confident. I mean, these guys got relegated from the Division North. We were from the South. These are in the North, and that's how good their player is. Right? Whereas Vagada, let's have a look at them. This is the first time looking at them, by the way. Max Nordin, we've got a Nordin. He's a goalkeeper. He's probably better than this guy outfield as well. So, yeah. What is there to worry about? We should piss it and get straight back up. So that is it, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. If you have enjoyed it, why not go ahead and press that like button? It'd be greatly appreciated. As well, subscribing if you are indeed new to the channel. And, of course, don't forget to touch that bell. It'd be greatly appreciated. And, yes, hopefully you will join us for the first 2 games of the season. And until then, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.